Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. I'm on the go, but just want to record this message while I'm feeling it. And the topic of this video is don't approach women before you have something to offer to them to benefit their life. I would even say for to American men and Western men specifically that have a little bit more pride in you, in your appearance, in the way you approach somebody. Just have a little bit more pride. Look at yourself from the side. Sometimes it's really helpful to have a look at yourself from the outside. Um, Nothing good can come out of a relationship where a man have nothing to offer to a woman, and especially mature men should already know this. When you don't have anything to offer to a woman, eventually you will convince her that she doesn't deserve anything. And yeah, eventually you will try to do that. It's so much better rather than going this down the spiral to take care of your life first. To take care of your life first when you feel comfortable and confident. And it's not that hard to do, and I think I have the right to say it. I think I have the right to say it. It's not that hard to put your life together. So I'm bringing you this element today. This message today. I was out and about, and it was really funny. I had this situation recently. I was out in the store shopping and passing by some aisles, and this man approached me, and he's like, "Oh, I've seen you somewhere. I feel like I know you. I've seen you somewhere." And I was just thinking, "Oh no, the oldest trick in the book is applied on me." But in America, people are polite. I guess sometimes overly polite. So I just smiled and looked at him, and he said, "Yes, yes. Didn't you go to on January 23rd? I saw you in such store in such location." And I was like, "What? January 23rd? I don't remember what I did that day, but I do go to that store and I know that location, so I understand that he's saying the truth." And we just had a brief conversation, and in the course of maybe a few minutes, this man told me his entire life story and how much he's dreaming to meet a woman. He heard my accent when I was talking to the cashier at that store, and then it's I know that cashier for years, and so he requested, I guess, some information, or was just wondering, and he told me how much he dreams to meet an Eastern European woman, and how his life would benefit. And then he tells me, literally, he tells me that he's completely broke, that he's between the jobs. He's he can't find a good way for he cannot find he cannot apply himself. He basically told me that he's, as they say once again in America, they say between jobs and doing this. Who tells that to a woman? I wanted to tell you, hey, get a job and get my coaching. That's the best thing you can do with your life. Get a job first, apply your skills, however you want to do it, and get my coaching. First of all, I'm not interested, so that's fine. He didn't really lose anything in particular because he had zero opportunity. But he may have another opportunity in life. Who tells a woman at the first time you meet her, who tells her that life got you by the balls, that you are not productive, that you're lost? It goes way beyond the financial thing. It goes that I'm lost in life. Who tells this to a woman? Please tell me. Who does that? What do I have to say? Oh, you know what? Can't wait to take care of you. I'm gonna be your free therapist. I don't know about free, but I'm gonna be your therapist. I'm gonna support. No, you just you have to understand that yes, absolutely. I live in the real world. I understand that sometimes we lose things. Sometimes we get behind. I'm an entrepreneurial person. Sometimes I'm in a big plus. Sometimes I'm in a minus. Sometimes I'm in a zero. Sometimes I'm doing better than ever. But it's not the information you spill at somebody that you just met. And so on January 23rd, randomly at the store. This is crazy. I can't imagine remembering the day and the time I've seen somebody randomly. But okay, it happens, right? And I just felt so sorry for him. And I really think that men uh, should get some coaching from whoever. I would say from men and from women, because um, in this case, there are some things that you can only learn from men: how to be more confident, how to hold yourself. Life is such, you're going to be up and you're going to be down. I'm not saying that there is not a situation when somebody could be down, but that's not a selling point. And also, when a woman see a confident man who is having some issues, he won't even know about she won't even know about it unless she's with him. And the man who knows how to figure things out, he's not afraid to fail, because or to have a temporary out of luck, because he knows he built it once, he's gonna build it again, he's gonna build it again and again and again. And women are naturally drawn to men that are capable of solving things. And sometimes you have to have a little bit of mystery. You can literally put your life together in a week if you want to do so, rather than telling a stranger about you that you bad, you you're down low, you're in a bad situation. And I don't think that's it's not about being honest, it's about being a fool. That's honestly what I can tell, especially if he was telling me. So that was months ago when he saw me, and he was telling me how he loves sex, and how Eastern European women just so classy, and they have their things together. And I was thinking, yeah, and that's why they require the same in return. For me personally, I love men, I respect men. I cannot imagine, unlike a lot of women, modern women nowadays, that like cannot that say awful things. I think that we need protection. We need a strong society, and it takes both men and women. And one of the reasons why American society is out of whack is because everything is mixed together. Men are allowing themselves showing up weak, allows themselves finding excuses. Women sometimes have to stand up for men and taking on their responsibility. So it's a big mess this way or another. But just like a lady should not disclose certain things for no reason to a man she doesn't even know, just the same way a man should have a little bit more pride. Basically, when you approach a woman and you want to invite her somewhere, and you tell her that you're in a bad situation, you're broke, what's she supposed to do? What's she supposed to do? Go to Indeed.com and find you a job? And from my experience, some of the worst relationships in women's life, from what I observed so far, is when a man is not doing well, because I think there is this internal anger, insecurity, dissatisfaction. You are not in a position to approach a woman. You are not in a position to obtain a woman. And God forbid, you're young enough, you have all those hormones, and then before you know, she's pregnant, and you have no means of supporting her. This is where it leads. I literally have right now a young lady in this situation that was asking me for all the advice in the world, and still get herself in a lot of trouble, because just got carried away with things. For us women, you have to understand that women absolutely should be practical and materialistic. simply because it's in our survival DNA. It's a lot harder to survive if you're not practical and materialistic, because the nature has you very in a very vulnerable spot. You know, the lady I just talked about, she's having absolutely horrible pregnancy. She can't get up from her bed, and the man she chose is not able to support her in any way. Maybe only, you know, like running an errand, but he's not even able to get her medication, doesn't have insurance, doesn't have a job that pays, you know. So it's just, yeah, it doesn't always end like this, but you know, I think people get disconnected from the way the nature works when they invented all this contraceptives and all these pills. So people just abuse all these things without realizing there are consequences for this for a reason. Consequences for being intimate with somebody, for trusting somebody, for pairing up with somebody who did not win you and proves that he can protect and provide for you. There are consequences, and they are brutal. Brutal. It can literally affect a woman's life and a child's life forever. You know, so yes, I know a lot of men who watching me are, you know, want to have a beautiful woman in their life. And if you truly are, put yourself in a better place. You know, I'm gonna say one thing. I watch sometimes so-called Russian YouTube, which is, you know, like um, people from Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and so on and so forth on internet. It's a Russian or Russian speaking channels, right? Once in a while I watch something, and you know, those women that did not secure a better position, sometimes it's a life struggle. You know, one of the ladies I follow, I respect her a lot, but I respect her ethic. And you know, she just mindlessly married a man, and then she realized that he was an addict, you know. And she has a whole life of struggle, whole whatever 12 years, 13 years of struggle, because it's in movies they show you, oh, you can be everything, but in reality it's hard to be a dedicated mother and a super career businesswoman. You know, not every woman has an ability to be entrepreneurial. Not every woman has ability to you know, be both at the same time. You know, be a wonderful mother and an entrepreneur, and she shouldn't either. So this is how it all starts. You know, you think that you're honest. Well, if you're honest, keep, you know, you can be honest, but don't invite this woman anywhere. Get yourself in a position where you can protect and provide first, because unfortunately, when the flare, you know, the romance wears off, then you blame her. You tell her that she wants too much. You tell her that she's gold digger and materialistic when she's just a woman. And when you met her, did you ever ask how much, you know, what are your monthly expenses? You know, some men are quick to post a beautiful women in their social media, but they have no idea, you know, what you have actually no right to post a woman on your social media when you had zero investment in her. Did you ever pay for her maintenance, for her beauty procedures, for the clothes she wears? You know, we used to have this saying in the Slavic culture, you know, don't take clothes of a woman if you from a don't take clothes off a woman if you didn't put it on, which basically means if you did not invest in this woman, you have no business to show her off, and especially you have no business to take your clothes off. You know, these are very good old principles, but they still apply to this day. And in, you know, in American society, we wouldn't have all this pain, we wouldn't have all this destruction, all these issues with children and poverty if women would have higher standards and men would have a bit more pride to offer themselves before they have their life together, you know. So Yeah, that's the message. If you just join, you can rewatch. But you know, all my messages comes from my heart, and sometimes if I don't record them on time, I kind of get the connection gets lost. Um, Thank you so much for those who join. I know it's my unusual time. I usually don't come on live in earlier in the day, but that's what we got today. Badman Studios, thank you for the kind words. Warm heart. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Badman Studios. No, I'm not Swedish, but thank you. I appreciate it. Hello, Joshua. And Joshua is saying, God says the man is supposed to take care of a woman. Yes, it's so simple and so logical. And you know, I mean, life is such. Sometimes we are in the process of this, that, or another. But um, don't tell such things to a woman and go fix it. You know, take your number, or you know, if she even give it to you, but you know, do your best. Don't expose, just don't be in that position. It's as simple as that. You know, all people, what I notice, and dear men, I'm sorry, but I have to say the truth. Men who don't have an occupation, they would have all the time in the world to send photos, watch TV, go on Facebook. Don't do all that. You can literally change your situation in a day if you really want to. You know, a woman should not be fixing you and motivating you and giving you fire under your butt. It should be your own situation. And especially if you're ambition and you have, you know, you have particular aspirations and you want a beautiful genuine and traditional mindset woman in your life, you can't be like, you can't be like a little boy. That's all. That's all I can say, my dear friends. Elizabeth, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Finally, I'm streaming at a time where it's not 5 a.m., right? All right, my dear friends. I want to wish you the beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining. Come back on. Make sure you have your notifications on, and I will post my information below. Um, you can find my information in the description. I do need to fix a few things there, but if you have a question, just post it under the video. Help me with one thing. The girl I'm dating doesn't like the things I like talking about. I feel alone. I feel like it's always me taking care of her all the time. What do you think? I think you should send me an email. It's too general of a request. Elizabeth, could you please drop my email? Send me an email with your, thank you. Send me an email with your situation, and I'll see what I can do for you. All right? Because I don't want to give you some generic advice that probably not going to help you. You need to write a bit more detail. All right? All right, my dear friends. We'll see you very soon. Thank you, Elizabeth. Write your comments and thoughts below, and have a beautiful day. Au revoir. How's my French? Goodbye, everyone. Пока-пока.